ahead and start. Go ahead and roll.
It's rolling.
Oh, we're rolling?
Mhm.
Well, yippee-ki-yay. Hey, everybody. Adrian Fontes, your Secretary of State. Welcome to Fridays with Fontes, another edition. A little bit of a new space today, just because we thought a change of scenery. But we've got some of our old friends still with us. We've got our Trusted Info Cup from the National Association of Secretaries of State, and a little buddy you never really see too much because it disappears in the green back in the studio. Our little cactus. Wanted to chat with you today about the election coming up November 5th, this coming Tuesday. Really big deal, lots of stuff happening. As of the end of the day today, Friday, you will not be able to vote in person unless there's an emergency voting space available for you in your county, and you go down and you let them know why you're not going to be available on Tuesday. It's up to you to let them know why, and then you just vote like you're voting in person. You can do that over the weekend if you like. Remember, a lot of our counties have 2-page long ballots, so if you haven't voted early, get out there and get it done today or this weekend. It's going to be we're anticipating Election Day is going to be very, very busy. We'll put it that way. Polls are going to open at 6 a.m. promptly across all of Arizona. Check with your local election department in your county, or go to arizona.vote, and you can figure out where to vote there. One of the questions that we had, I'm going to start with some of our questions today, was how do we fight election denialism in the 2024 election? Well, we've been engaged in that fight for a few years now, and I think the best way to fight a lie is with the truth, and to keep saying the truth over and over again. And the other thing we can do is go to the American standard, where the accuser has the burden of proof, right? If someone's accusing you of something, you say, okay, where's your proof? Where's your evidence? And a lot of election denialists will change the subject the minute that you ask them for proof. I remember a guy, not so fondly, who said he was at the Capitol on January 6, 2021 to take them a giant binder full of evidence that showed the proof of why the 2020 election was stolen. Apparently that binder has vanished because it was never produced. It doesn't exist. There is no widespread fraud in American elections or Arizona elections. See, the truth can set you free. Look at how easy that was. So we're going to move on to our book topic, book of the week. This is a book collection of essays. It's called What Has Passed and What Remains. It's edited by Peter Frederici, again, one of our great publications out of the University of Arizona Press, as recommended by the Arizona State Library. This has got some really amazing essays and stories focusing up on northern Arizona and its changing landscape, from Hopi farming rights and rituals to some different ways that sheep ranchers used to do their stuff. There's an author, a Navajo woman, who remembers being able to dig holes out in certain parts of the reservation and seeing them just fill naturally with water, and how that doesn't happen anymore. So this is called What Has Passed and What Remains. It's by the University of Arizona Press. Thanks again to the Arizona State Libraries for making another great book recommendation for us. Let's get back into the election swing of things. It is, again, too late to mail back your early ballot. If you've got your early ballot that was sent to you in the mail, please don't mail it back anymore. Take it to any polling place in your county, any vote center, any of those spaces where those ballots are getting collected. Again, check with your local election official or at arizona.vote to find those resources to get you to that polling box. Turn that ballot in as quickly as possible, please. Voting has been robust. Turnout is pretty good, and we're hoping to see more people turn out. Again, early in-person voting ends today. I covered that at the top, so we're super excited about that. Sorry, I got to pull this a little closer. Oh yeah, happy Dia de los Muertos. I know Halloween was last night. A bunch of people ate too much candy and all that stuff, but there's a lot of folks in this state who celebrate Dia de los Muertos. It's a day to celebrate memories of folks past, and that's a lot of fun for a lot of folks and a lot of families. Let's go back to one last question, and I want to cover this really important topic because a lot of people don't understand this. Provisional ballots. What is it? The minute somebody says provisional ballots, everybody's like, oh no, it's a second-class ballot. First of all, that's nonsense. Second, What we have is a situation where this is a function of securing our elections and making sure that we validate everyone who is turning in a ballot. So it's a good thing. It's a good part of the process. Provisional ballots are valid ballots, provided that, that's why they call it provisional, provided that your local election official will be able to validate that you're the person who belongs to this ballot and vice versa, and then they tabulate the ballot. Super simple. Sometimes it's just as easy as verifying that maybe there was a typo in the address. Maybe there's some other small thing that they can check back at the home office and make sure it's good to go. And then those ballots get on push to tabulation and get tabulated. So it's not that big of a deal. Provisional ballots sometimes don't count, though. And that's on the rare occasion where you have certain circumstances that don't qualify that person for that particular ballot. And that's unfortunate, but that sometimes does happen. So it just adds a little extra step of security into the process, which is a good thing. Now, there's another kind, a subset of provisional ballot that's called a conditional provisional ballot. The conditional provisional ballot is good, provided that the elections official can verify that this is the person who it is, and the condition is, that makes it a conditional provisional ballot, that that person shows up with identification sometime before the deadline, which is more or less a week after election day. So it is a conditional provisional because let's say you showed up without identification, but you are who you say you are and you want to vote and you get to cast a ballot because federal law requires that you are allowed to cast a ballot. And we want to make sure that you're the person who's supposed to cast the ballot. So we set this process up where you can cast or where you can present your identification later if you don't have it. We don't recommend that, however, because if we had a lot of people doing that, then it would be really problematic volume-wise. But conditional provisional ballots are a part of our system to ensure that everyone's vote gets counted, provided that, and on the condition that we get the ID here in Arizona that we need and we move forward with that. So happy pre-election weekend. I hope everybody had a very happy and safe Halloween. I hope you're getting ready for Super Turkey Day coming up. It's the first day of a new month. We will have an election before we see you again on Fridays with Fontes. For the time being, let's make sure that we take care of one another, right? Regardless of whether we agree or disagree politically, we're all in this together, and we all want to make sure that we have happy, healthy lives. So make sure that you are drinking enough water and take care of your kids around water. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next week.